Would you kill those dogs to eat them?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Really? Like, you would go home right now, you have all these food in the fridge, and you say, I'm gonna kill these two dogs to eat them because their meat tastes better.
Yeah, if I have bought them with the intent of eating them, yeah, I wouldn't have any problems with that if it's done humanely.
Hi.
Hi.
You wanna play Would You Rather?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, nice. Love it. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you 5 Would You Rather questions,
Yeah, that's fine.
and midway you're gonna find out or realize what the topic is, and maybe we can spark a little bit of a conversation.
Oh, sure.
Love it. Okay. Is it recording? Yes, it's recording. Okay. Would you rather be a cat or a dog?
A dog.
Nice, you're a dog person, so am I. Love it. Okay. Would you rather be able to talk to animals temporarily or temporarily take one of their enhanced senses or capabilities?
I would rather take one of their senses.
Okay.
And capabilities.
Can I ask why?
Because I think it would be cooler to be able to smell everything and be able to feel what the dogs feel. Because I have dogs, and I always ask myself, what are they smelling?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Nice. Would you rather have the intelligence of a pig or that of a dog?
I think I heard somewhere that pigs are pretty smart. So
Yeah, they're actually smarter than dogs, but most people aren't aware of that.
yeah, I would rather take the pig.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you know, pigs sometimes what they do is they, in sanctuaries,
Yeah.
what they do is they go and pick flowers
Yeah.
and they use them to decorate where they sit.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, they're pretty
Oh,
intelligent. Yeah,
that's cool.
You wouldn't expect that out of an animal, right?
No.
It's pretty impressive. Okay, would you rather be a okay, this next question is a bit harder.
Okay.
So, would you rather be a well-fed farm animal whose life is full of exploitation and it's only to be cut severely short when the farmer deems you as unworthy, or a wild animal who lives free and mostly starving, but you get to live your life free and for as long as you want and as long as you can?
I would rather be a free animal
Yeah.
because I really like the idea of just being free and hunting for yourself and doing all that stuff.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think I value freedom a lot more than being well fed and somebody just deciding when my death is. Okay, and the final question is, if you had to choose a farm animal in today's world, which one would you be? A cow for dairy, a cow for meat, a chicken, or a pig?
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Yeah. Oh, this is a hard one. You're the first person to say that's a hard one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think I would rather be a cow for dairy because I think that those are given the most freedom, I think. Because especially here in the Netherlands, they just roam the pasture.
Yeah.
And I think the chickens, they are like in a small space laying eggs all the time. I think the cow is the best one. But
do you know what happens in the dairy industry for the cows? Do you know what they go through?
Yeah, they get milked a lot.
No, not just that. No. So what happens is, why do you think cows produce milk, for example?
Where or?
Well, no, why?
Why? Because we want to drink milk?
No. The reason why cows produce milk is
for the babies.
For the babies, yeah, exactly. I didn't know that for a while. I just thought at some point that cows take grass and produce milk.
Yeah.
But the reality is they produce milk for the babies. So what farmers do is they forcefully impregnate them.
Yeah.
And after 9 months, when the baby is born, they take away the baby, which is already pretty traumatic for a cow because they don't get to spend any time with their baby.
Yeah.
So they take away the baby, and if the baby is a male, they kill them. If the baby is a female, they get put into this whole cycle over and over again until maybe 6 times, so like 6 years they do this, and after 6 years they're sent to the slaughterhouse themselves. Yeah. And cows can live up to 25, so they don't even live a quarter of their life, and they're very much heavily exploited in that whole short lifespan.
Yeah, because I know they have like really big, how it's called, the ulcers or something?
Yeah, the others, you mean?
Yeah, the others.
Yeah.
They are way too big.
They also have been selectively bred to produce more milk for humans. So the reason why they take away the baby is because the milk is supposed to go for human consumption. If the baby would drink it, then it wouldn't be enough for human consumption.
Okay.
So that's why they take away the baby. Okay, so I think you realize what the topic is, right?
Yeah.
I'm here sitting, trying to raise awareness from behalf of the animals that go through this. Can I ask, do you eat any animal products?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Like, and how do you feel when you put yourself in the shoes of the animal? Like, for example, a cow, or that goes through, when you heard what cows go through to the dairy process, how do you feel when you hear that?
Yeah, it's pretty horrible what they go through, but
yeah. And what is keeping you from being vegan, from not paying for this if you find it horrible? I'm not judging, by the way. I also used to eat meat. I also used to eat dairy products, and until I found out what's happening, that I moved into the direction of being vegan.
Yeah, I just really like it, and also it's pretty healthy for you. So
Okay.
I think it's just easier, and I like the taste and everything.
Okay, so let's put it this way, because I'll take it one by one, and I'll just take the health aspect of it because it's the easiest one to debunk, right? I would say there's this organization of nutritionists in the world called the biggest organization of nutritionists in the world, who's not a vegan organization by whatsoever, and they're called the Academy of Nutritionists and Dietetics, and they said that a well-planned vegan diet is suitable for all stages and ages of life, which means that it's just as healthy. It's at least just as healthy as an omnivorous diet. So that means that obviously, health-wise, you would either stay the same, or in a lot of studies, it has been shown to improve like heart health because you're eating less saturated fat. It would improve your digestive tract because you're eating more fiber. You know, plants have more fiber. Only plants have fiber.
Yeah.
So, and fiber is also directly related to longevity. So you would theoretically also be prolonging your life. But all of this is just health. Let's just put it this way, health. But from the perspective of animals, because that's that's what veganism is. It's about thinking about the animals.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, from the perspective of animals, would you say that the fact that you find it tasty or convenient, you said, right, because it's easy, would that justify taking the life of an animal?
Yeah, no, not really, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So if it doesn't, what would incentivize you to go vegan?
Yeah, it would mostly be the welfare of the animals. But I am also of the opinion that in the Netherlands, mostly, because I have also worked in a slaughterhouse.
Oh, you worked in the slaughterhouse?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah, it was an internship.
Yeah.
But I made the machines for slaughtering.
Okay. How did it feel when you were in the slaughterhouse?
Yeah, the feeling I got that they were actually pretty well treated. So that was one of the reasons that I thought, yeah, well, if they are getting well treated, it's okay.
You mean while being slaughtered, or?
Yeah, but also their lives. I think that in the Netherlands it's pretty okay, especially for the meat animals.
I mean, yeah, but you yourself said instead of being a well-fed farm animal, you would still choose to be a wild animal, right?
Yeah.
So you still understand that it's horrible, the idea of somebody just using you and then dumping you when you're no longer productive, or when they claim that your meat is best to just use you and kill you, right?
Yeah, that's true. But also it's like, if there were no farm animals, they would not exist.
They would not exist, yes,
Yeah.
but wouldn't you say non-existence is better than existence of pain?
I don't know.
You don't know, but well, let me put it this way: if you would say existence of pain is better, then we could justify bringing to life humans, animals, all sorts of creatures, and then just mistreat them as much as we can, because we can say, well, it's better, we brought them to life, right?
Yeah, you can, if you especially mistreat them, it's not okay. But if you just treat them nicely and okay, I think.
But you heard what happens to dairy cows, and there's other practices also that are pretty standard.
Yeah.
And all of these they may not sound like much, but they are pretty bad for the animals. And again, like let me ask you, do you think we need to consume animal products to survive?
I don't think we need to, but I think it's, especially as the humans have evolved to become omnivores, I think it's better, but I'm not sure about that.
Okay, so if we don't need to, if we can survive and thrive on a vegan diet where we don't kill animals, then when we choose to kill animals, we make a conscious choice that kills an animal, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't you say that's a cruel choice to make for the animal?
No.
No?
No.
So would you be okay? So let me put it this way: if there was a vegan burger on one side and a meat-based burger on one side, one kills an animal, one doesn't. Why would you choose the one that kills the animal?
Mostly because it tastes better.
Mostly because it tastes better. And if you had to kill the animal yourself?
Yeah, I'm not one of those hypocrites that says I wouldn't kill an animal, but I eat meat. So I would kill an animal. But
so you would instead of taking a vegan burger, you would decide to go and kill a cow to eat a burger? For the slight difference in taste that it is, because it's a difference in taste. It's not one is better than the other. It's just a difference in taste, right?
Yeah, if I can do it myself, I think I would. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I'm trying to see where you draw the line. Okay, so then let me ask you this: what about dogs? Because you say you have 2 dogs, right?
Yeah.
Would you kill those dogs to eat them?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Really? Like, you would go home right now? You have all these food in the fridge, and you say, "I'm gonna kill these 2 dogs to eat them because their meat tastes better."
Yeah, if I have bought them with the intent of eating them, yeah, I wouldn't have any problems with that if it's done humanely.
What's a humane way of killing an animal that doesn't want to die?
I think just without pain, just do it quickly, and probably the best way is like that it doesn't know that it's gonna die, so don't like slap it or something.
But you've been in slaughterhouses. You have seen that animals are freaked out. That they don't just go away easy. It's not like when you go to a slaughterhouse, an animal just submisses and says, "Okay, kill me now," right? They obviously trash and they go like, "I don't want to die." They get scared, right? Because they smell the blood. They know what's happening to them. They get scared. I mean, imagine a life when they go to the slaughterhouse. They're just minding their own business. Let's say they have a good life, as you say,
Yeah.
right? And they're minding their own business on the farm, and then all of a sudden they're taken out of their family or where they are. They get put in a truck with all other animals. They get smushed together because they don't know. They already get anxiety from all of that. They get to a slaughterhouse, and then sometimes they have to wait there, and other times they just go directly to a line. They start smelling the blood. They hear the screams, and would you say that's a humane way of killing any animal?
If it would be what you described, no.
But that's
But-
what I have described isn't even the worst of it, right?
No.
It's pretty standard.
I know, but the slaughterhouses I have been to, it's not really that horrible. Of course, it's a mass murder of animals, yeah. But I don't think it's that. It's done pretty humanely because all the movies you see on the internet, I have never seen that. And also, pigs, for example, if a stress hormone is released, they taste really bad.
Yeah.
So if you have them die stressfully, nobody's gonna buy it because it tastes horrible.
Interrupting the video because this motive of tasting the stress in meat will be present throughout the discussion, and I need to clarify it. Just because you don't taste the stress in meat doesn't mean the animal was not stressed. I had to research this after our discussion, and here's what I found. It's important to recognize that the impact of stress on meat quality can be subtle and may not always result in flavors that are easily discernible by consumers. The factors influencing meat quality are complex, and while stress is one aspect, other factors such as genetics, age, diet, and processing methods also play a significant role. So, just because you cannot taste the stress in meat, I repeat, it does not mean that the animal was not stressed during slaughter. Okay, so how do you think pigs are killed, for example?
Well, they are like in carbon dioxide,
Yeah.
monoxide,
Yeah,
carbon room,
yeah.
and then they are stunned,
Yeah.
and then they are killed with a pin in the brain.
Okay, yeah, or they slash their throat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, would you say any of that is not stressing to them, like being put in a carbon dioxide chamber where they asphyxiate, because that's what they do. But being put in a CO2 chamber is just asphyxiation.
Yeah.
So they asphyxiate. It creates anxiety for them already by the fact that they start things like CO2 is known for generating anxiety in any being that when they inhale it. So they already are stressed about that, and then, as you say, they use a bolt gun, not a bolt gun. You said like to electrocute them, right? And I mean, as far as I know, they just send them to the. They either put them in the gas chambers or they use a stun gun.
Yeah.
And then they slash their throat, or as you said, bolt a gun. But none of that sounds humane to me. Like if that were to be you, like if somebody would do that to you right now because they feel like your meat tastes better to them, would you find that okay?
Well, it's actually a philosophical argument I made a while ago.
Yeah.
That if humans were supposed to live to 700, but we only live to 80 because we get eaten by aliens, I would be okay with it because I would rather have my 80 years of life that I have than the life I won't have.
But you're moving the goalpost because you say me if humans would live to 700. So if humans are the way they are, we live up to 80.
Yeah.
So if you would have to die at the age of 20,
Yeah.
maximum.
But it would always have that been that way, so we wouldn't know any better.
So you would be okay dying right now.
Yeah.
You'd be okay dying for food. You're not. Come on, you're not being honest with this. Nobody wants to die. What are you saying?
Yeah, I am, but because if all humans just lived to 20 and we didn't know any better, and we had the life we have right now, yeah, I wouldn't have any problems with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's about knowing it better. I think it's about not wanting to die. Full stop. At any age that you're at, even when you're 70, people don't want to die.
No.
Unless you're in like some serious pain, you just don't want to die. Nobody wants to die. No creature wants to die. So why would that animal want to die for you? But regardless, I see you don't really mind the fact that an animal dies for your food unnecessarily. So I don't know what would get you to see it more from their perspective, from their view, because I think like if you would be in their shoes, you would definitely be saying different things. Because then otherwise you would be okay with anything, any genocide that's happening on Earth, you're okay with it, right? Because you can say that's all they know, right? They're not gonna know what's happening more. They don't know more.
Yeah, but they know better, because if you are getting genocide as a mass people, you know that it's not okay.
Why? What's the difference?
Well, because other humans are like living their life just fine, and you are getting slaughtered for just the fun of it, or just because.
That's what happens to them also, right? Only some of them get picked up, put in a truck, and sent to the slaughterhouse. They don't know. They don't know that the others won't. All they know is that they get picked, they're going to the slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
So it's the same case. So they don't know that this is all that they have. All they know is that somebody said, you're gonna die today, and that's what they go to do. Would you say that's fair towards them?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think.
Okay. I think you're being a bit disingenuous, but
Yeah, I am not, because no.
no, you're not being disingenuous.
No.
So you said all of it is horrible. What's happening to cows? Would you say it's horrible now?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Okay. So what specifically is horrible about it?
Well, the forced impregnation, it's not good. I completely agree. I think we should find some better way to do it.
Okay. So the forceful impregnation is not good. Is taking the baby good?
No, it's not good also.
Okay. So why is any of that good? Why is none of that good?
Well, because you are taking the baby's cow, impregnating it forcefully, I don't think that's a very nice thing to do.
Why?
Um,
If you find that it's okay to kill them, I would say, would it be okay for me to kick a dog?
no.
But what if, so it's not okay for me to inflict pain on a dog by kicking them, but it's okay for me to inflict pain on a dog by killing them?
If you kill them humanely, you are not really inflicting any pain.
But there's no way of killing humane, right? That's where I think we don't find the common ground, right? Because you say killing humanely, but there's no such thing. All of the animals suffer when they get killed, all of them. So there's no humane way of killing. All of them will have the amount of pain that they go through will be immensely more than me kicking them, right? So if you're against kicking them, why wouldn't you be against killing them, right?
Yeah, I think that kicking them is more painful because of the way we slaughter them. We aren't like torturing them for fun with cattle prods or anything.
Nobody's saying it's fun.
No.
We're doing it for food, right?
Yeah.
But it's still, the process itself, it's still very bad for them because they do try not to die. They do still struggle with all of it, and they do still feel pain. All of the, like if I were to ask you, when you see an animal, if you were to identify if they're in pain or not, how would you identify if they're in pain?
Yeah, like probably if they are screaming and doing.
Yeah, and all of that is happening in slaughterhouses. So if all of that is happening, that means they're in pain, right, before they die.
Yeah, but I have never seen that actually.
You have not seen that. Have you seen animals being killed, or have you just put up the machines and then leave?
Both of them. Yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah.
And which animals have you seen being killed?
Pigs, cows, and chickens.
Okay.
So
and
most of the.
Okay.
Popular...
So how do you kill cows?
You just put them in like a sort of an iron lung or something, so that they are not moving, and then you, with a bolt gun, you shoot through their vein.
And in their head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do they, when you pull out when they're already straight like that, so that they don't move, how do they feel? Do they look like, oh yeah, it's all good?
Yeah, mostly they are just very blissfully unaware of the fact that they're gonna die, I think.
Ah, come on, that's not true. I have seen so much footage of this that it's like, it's really not true. No animal wants to die. Even them on their way to the slaughterhouse, they feel scared. Let alone in a slaughterhouse where they smell the blood.
I think it's all in the way that the animals are being treated by the owner of the slaughterhouse. Because, like, if you are punching them and slapping them on the butt, then of course they're gonna be scared.
Okay, let me ask you then a different way, and I think this is the final way because I don't have any more cards. So let me ask you this. You say, okay, you've been to one slaughterhouse and it's that way.
Yeah.
But if you would know that all other slaughterhouses are shitty towards animals, animals suffer when they die and all of it, right? How would you be, because you still consume meat, but how would you know where that meat is coming from, which slaughterhouse it was, right? You don't just consume from that slaughterhouse, do you?
No, that's true.
Right? So you would have no idea if the animals are suffering for you. So you would still, it's still something that you're against. You say killing unnecessarily with suffering and all this, yet the animals may still go through that for you.
Yeah, it's mostly in the because as I said already, you can taste the stress hormone really well, especially in pigs. But cows, you can taste it also. If it's not that bad, but you can taste it. And also the country of origin, because like in China, they like stress hormone. So in China, they torture them for fun because they think it tastes better. Also, the dogs, they throw them into a cauldron and they beat them because it tastes better for them.
So what you're saying is that you could taste the stress hormone in a burger that you're eating?
In a burger, it's way too processed.
Yeah, so you couldn't taste it.
No, but I only eat like the unprocessed meats because I don't like the processed.
Okay. So in the unprocessed meats that you eat, would you taste the stress hormone for a cow, for example, or for a chicken?
Chicken, not so much.
But you eat chicken?
Yeah.
Okay. So what about them then?
Yeah, that's harder.
That's harder, right?
That's a bit harder. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I admit it.
because the way I see it, what you're doing is you're trying to safeguard some of these places and justify by saying, oh, well, they're not that bad, it's not that bad, it's not that bad, it's not that bad, it's not that bad. But you're only covering like a little bit of the cases. And you're justifying all that by saying, I would be able to test if there was stress before that. But the reality is, maybe you can't because a lot of spices are added to food. You probably use spices also for your food, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Right,
especially for chicken.
Yeah, so you may not know if any of them were stress. Also, like all this stress thing, tasting different, I have not heard of it. I'll look into it, but I have not heard of that being the case for all the animals, as you claim. So, still, instead of you trying to find all the ways to go around it, why not just go vegan and not pay for any of it?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a really awesome answer for it. I admit that you have to justify some animal cruelty for eating meat.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so you do acknowledge that there is some animal cruelty involved in it.
Yeah, you can justify it all you want, but you still have to justify it.
Yeah.
So I admit it.
Yeah. So okay, so now that you admit it, I love it. Now that you admit it, what would incentivize you to go the route of being vegan?
Probably I have to see more of that animal cruelty is the way that most vegan organizations say it is. Because in my experience, I really didn't see that.
Okay.
So I really saw the other side of the picture, and maybe I'm wrong, but if it's really the horrible way it is, I would start considering eating less meat.
Okay. Okay, I'll take what I can get. Can I give you a card
Yeah,
if you look
sure.
into it? So I'm gonna give you this card. If you go on this website,
Yeah.
3movies.wtf, you'll find a documentary of what's happening in the meat industry of not just meat, like the whole animal agriculture.
Yeah.
And some resources on how to be vegan, including personalized help. All of it is all of it is free, by the way. And yeah, I would say look more into it.
Yeah.
I myself looked into the practices of. Nowadays, it's very difficult to find the sources anymore. I wanted to find them, but like when I first, before going vegan, I was vegetarian.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, there's no way this is happening in the Netherlands because you see these cows on the fields and they look happy and it looks like a very much a high standards country, right?
Yeah.
So when I Googled that back then and I looked at what's happening to the animals, it was that 80% of the farms, there was a news article that said that 80% of the farms were found to mistreat animals, and it showed some photos that were absolutely horrific, like when after the babies are taken away they were just left to die because the farmers didn't want to pay for them to go to Slaughterhouse and stuff like that. So nowadays it's very difficult to find this news story anymore because of the whole farmers protest. So now if you search you'll just find farmer protests and all this, but maybe because you're Dutch, I suppose,
Yeah.
maybe you will be able to find it better than me because
Okay.
I don't speak Dutch very well, so it's you'll be able to find it better. But I would suggest you look into it because that's just the thing about all of it. When we treat animals as products, we can justify doing all sorts of things to them. And even people in slaughterhouses, even if, let's say, 100% of, because also another thing, by the way, another thing about slaughterhouses that I forgot to tell you. Slaughterhouses, what they do is when they get inspections, maybe that was the case also for you, when they're inspected, everything looks great.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? But all of these, like if you look, there's a lot of activists online that just put secret, they worked with workers from slaughterhouses and they put secret cameras in the slaughterhouse, and then you see the way their animals are actually treated. And some of them, you're like, well, all of them are awful, but some of them are just incredibly awful, you know? So that's just the thing. When people, because that's when I did this exercise with you and I said, if you kick a dog, they feel pain. But then if you kill a dog, they feel pain. So some of these people who are so desensitized towards seeing animals suffer, they won't care if they kick a cow. They won't care if the cow is trashing or whatever. They won't care about any of it because at the end, they can say, I'm killing them anyway. It doesn't matter, right? So the way I see it, it's the easiest way to, if you don't want to be part of this, the easiest way is to go vegan. Instead of trying to find the absolute best practices, the absolute best slaughterhouse. I only eat from there, I only do this from there, because then you can never go out, right? Because when you go to a restaurant, that's 100% sure that they're not going to be from that slaughterhouse, right? Well, most likely, not 100%, but yeah. Okay, do you have any questions for me or something?
No. I'm.
Thank you for speaking to me.
Yeah, no problem.
It's been interesting. I don't know. I'll also look into what you said about the practices that you call in slaughterhouses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The point you made last was actually a pretty good point. So
because they only when they inspect.
Yeah.
That happens a lot in a lot of places. It's not just slaughterhouse, right? It's the way we humans do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Thank you for listening. Look into it, and I don't know. Just choose the compassionate way. That's all I can say, right? Because we make this choice 3 times per day, and why not choose the compassionate option if we can, right? And I would say the difference in taste is not really that big, and there's all sorts of benefits for the planet, for your health, but most importantly for the animals.
Yeah.
So, look into it. What's your name, by the way?
Nino.
Nino.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Nino. I'm Chip.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for having the discussion with me.
Yeah, no problem. It was nice.
Have a nice day and, I don't know, a nice life.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Bye.